Sawadee Krap. Welcome to the Think Pink podcast. This episode was recorded while I was in Thailand a couple of months ago now. I wanted to make sure I did it justice. I did a bit of editing, did a couple of little things to it. Then I had I lost a lot of the edited stuff and had to redo it. So finally it's coming out. Obviously I had a few things in between that I wanted to put out as well. I had a bit of a bank of episodes, and I had the Giorgio episode. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. Sitting down with the man himself, Joe Comerford, Muay Thai, doing great things in Muay Thai media. So yeah, I hope you really enjoy this one. Don't forget to do all the following and liking and stuff.
Guys, please hit the subscribe button for me. Please like, please comment, please share with your friends. Let's help get this information out there. I love doing this. I'd like to get it out there a little bit more, like some more people to see it. So if you can help me out there, help other people. This information can help a lot of people. And I just try and share the true me, my true feelings, and it's all for the love of Muay Thai, nothing more. Thank you. Enjoy. Hey everyone, how you going?
Robot, it's robot.
yeah. So how are we, Joe?
I'm good.
That's
very
bullshit.
No. I'm not very good.
He was struggling a few minutes
Actually,
ago.
No.
In life terms.
In life terms, very good. Very good. Doing really well in terms of Muay Thai stuff.
Yep.
In the world of Muay Thai. Obviously on the RWS team now, which is awesome. That was the goal. Yeah. That was the goal when I first started going to the stadium. Obviously coming up from Fairtex fight and then working with Matt. Yep. Developing content and opportunities for people over the last couple of years. Yep. That was the goal, was to give people opportunities.
That's sick, man. You've done great.
Start to try and bring more Australian fighters into the scene here in Bangkok. That's like, ideally, I feel like the main mission statement of what I want to do is bring more awareness to Australian fighters and get more Australian fighters out of their backyard to fight.
Important, here. Right? Like that's, you know what I mean? That's kind of why he's over here. You know, like you can get fights in Australia. That's the thing. You know, like we know that. Like, go experience some shit. Don't experience like the motherland and what it has to offer.
Yeah,
it's fucking sick. It's crazy.
I mean, in terms of like career trajectory, you can do really well in Australia.
You can.
But if you want to push yourself to the next level globally, the promotions like ONE and RWS are where you need to be fighting on.
Yep.
And the only way that you can, it's not the only way you can do it, but the best way to get noticed is by fighting in Bangkok or by fighting in Thailand.
Yes.
Getting noticed on some of the other entertainment promotions, fighting on RKO. A lot of fighters get scouted on RKO or SKS, so you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like
100%. And it's like, the thing is also like being here, knowing what gyms are aligned with if you're you know, like I'm a RWS guy, I love RWS.
Yeah.
So I would clearly align myself and my students with gyms that go down that pathway.
Yeah.
I'm pretty lucky, like through meeting, you know, obviously I went through RWS with you a lot of times, and through meeting people, like I'm now, you know, connected with them myself, and I can hook up fights and whatnot. So, which obviously Shannon was the first one that I'd organised. But let's go back to Saturday night. Like, I'll talk to Fiddy about it earlier. Like, it's his first RWS experience. Thought it was fucking cool. How do you feel like being there commentating Aussies? Like, I'm
proud.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm super proud to see. What I feel that RWS is the world's biggest Muay Thai platform.
Yes.
You have one championship, and one championship is its own model and it serves a purpose. Yes. But for me, it's not traditional Muay Thai in the sense where you have the Wai Crew, you have the Prajit, the Mongkol, even the rule set, right? It's not really showcasing all weapons of Muay Thai, all skills of Muay Thai. It certainly serves a purpose of bringing awareness, and we've spoken about this on 30 billion other platforms, right? But RWS to me is the one true global Muay Thai platform at the moment.
That's entertainment, but still real Muay Thai.
Yeah, exactly
100%.
right.
It's the pinnacle. It's the pinnacle of real Muay Thai. Because you can. The thing is, on RWS, you can still be fighting 5 rounds for a. We talk about that as well. Like you can still be fighting the 5 rounds for the stadium belt.
Yep.
Or in the final of the RWS tournament, and yes, it's different. The scoring is different to traditional 5-round, but it's still real Muay Thai.
Absolutely, yeah.
And you have to be fighting real Muay Thai to be able to win there.
And when you have Australians competing on the world's biggest Muay Thai platform, that makes me super proud to see that.
Yeah.
Not only as like a patriotic sense, but I wholeheartedly believe this, and I've said this a million times on Instagram and other platforms where you can follow me.
Hey, plug.
That Australia is the home of Muay Thai outside of Thailand.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, certainly a lot of the top end fighters in Australia.
In terms
like
of
Shannon looked like she fit in.
Anyway,
100%,
one from like
100%.
So you look at that like with Nick Keros, like Davina, Diandra, like any of those guys, they're and you almost become the household names back home.
The boys from SRG.
Oh, bro.
You know?
Bro, like James is just like.
Yeah, James Kostic.
Like,
I mean, if he was put in the tournament, I think he would do really well.
Yep.
I think he would do really well, and I think he would become a household name as part of the RWS platform.
Yeah.
And seeing like some of these fighters come back again and again also makes me really proud to think that, you know, Australians are still setting a good standard. Now, as Muay Thai globalizes, we're starting to see many more nations that traditionally weren't so great at Muay Thai start to step through and develop many good fighters. Like the US right now are starting to break through that mold and that stigma.
And getting away from that amateur, especially that amateur style. And they actually got a few good pros out there now as well. Like even if they're not like elite, they're like doing real Muay Thai.
Yeah, I mean,
and they fit in.
You look at recently like Selena Flores, who has become a WBC world champion and then defended it. Stylistically, might not be the most.
But yeah.
Next. Stylistically, is not what we like to watch traditionally in Muay Thai. It works, but you can still see that the USA's development is starting to push through the ranks. Ian Greer
that's who I was going to.
Ian Greer is a guy that I really want to keep my eye on. I think he needs to fix his weight.
I would actually probably agree with that.
Yeah, I think
I don't know anything about him aside from like watching him online.
Yeah, I think he could go down a weight division, and I think he would cause a lot of problems.
Yep, I think so too. I think he's actually really good.
Yeah,
and obviously you got.
I think he's just fighting too high.
Yeah, for sure. You obviously got Boy Kiel, who's like leading the way in the 5-round stuff, like the traditional stuff. Man, he plays the game like a Thai.
Yep.
And I believe Matt Lucas called that years ago. Watch this guy. Watch this guy.
I mean, Topic is at the end of his career now, but he set a really good standard for traditional Muay Thai in America. We're also on RWS seeing a lot of English lads come through. I mean, Joe Ryan was the first Englishman to ever get the Rajadamnern title.
Yes. Beat Bento for it, was that right?
Yes.
Yep.
And then
I think I was there for that.
And then Josh Hill, who in my eyes is probably one of the most underrated English fighters.
Yeah, for sure.
Not
so hard to beat too.
Yeah, he's got a really tricky, unorthodox style, really offbeat rhythm.
Yes.
That he just throws that left kick to score and cause a lot of problems. So you've got really like a lot of Western countries starting to pull through the ranks. But then there's also Iran. Now Iran's been around in Muay Thai for a while, for the last sort of 15 years, all right?
Yeah.
And we've we're seeing a few diamonds in the rough pull through, and I think you're going to see that with such a high volume of nationality,
There's
right?
so many Iranians in Thailand.
Yeah.
So many, like, you know, like obviously Saturday Night Babak, man, like he's so strong, bro.
Yeah, he did I was really impressed. I mean, he's had a bit of a rough go on RWS.
Yeah.
He had 3 fights. He had 2 fights against Petseri where he got knocked out.
Yep.
And then I can't remember, it was another Thai that he got knocked out
It actually looked like he was done for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, it actually looked like it was the end of it.
His first 3 fights on RWS, he was on a losing streak.
Yeah.
And then 2025 turned around, he turned a corner, won. I think he knocked his opponent, his Thai opponent out in the second round. And then coming back on Saturday, phenomenal job.
Yeah, man. Like it looked like him pre those knockouts, like when he wasn't fighting on RWS, but fighting on. I think was he Super Champ or something?
Yeah, Super Champ. One of the Channel 8 shows.
Yeah.
Hardcore,
something like that. Yeah,
Muay Hardcore or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was. Yeah, I remember him like watching him then, and he looked like that guy again, which is great, you know, because you hate when, you know, obviously people who like to fight, they do their chins get worn out and they do a bit of damage.
Sorry.
And no, man, all good.
Okay, that's my wife, but that's okay.
You can have a chat with your wife.
No. She's finished her dental therapy.
Okay.
Yeah, getting her teeth cleaned. I could do with that. But
just brush them, mate.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's really, now is a really exciting time for Muay Thai. The opportunities. I mean, I was really happy to see you fight on SKS.
Yeah, cool.
I was just on the phone to Iram actually. Before I got here, and I said, oh man, you got to get 50 Shades on 1774 again, because man, he did so well on SKS. It was a really fun
But that was
fight
like
to
15
watch.
months since he's actually done more than half a round.
That's what I said to Iram. I said, you know, like, he had that time off and he fought a really good French guy from Singmawin who's
Bro, I didn't realize who he's fought, bro.
Yeah.
He fought Joe Ryan. Who else was it?
Joe Ryan and Yusuf.
Yeah. When we researched him later, and I went, oh yeah, he's really good, and he's super active as well.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I honestly think if he didn't have such a first round, he would have beaten him.
Yeah.
And you know, being blunt about it, but it is what it is.
But I mean, that's Pinky, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, isn't it?
It's a polarizing character in Muay Thai.
Did you? Because I purposely didn't tell you that he was going to be fighting on it. When did you find out?
When I found out that there was an Australian on. So normally I get sent the card, and then I looked up the name and I went, oh, there's 50 days. Yeah.
Oh man, of the Barossa line, bro, that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, bro. You give me an inch and I'll take a mile.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah. I'm the same, right?
Yeah.
And that's like, I just obviously just did summer of 1774 and Paris at the end of the night. You know, like, he's pretty hard on you. He goes, man, you're great. Like, you're really good. I'm like, you're probably lucky I didn't do it with Donnie. Because Donnie knows me way too well, and he's going to give me that inch, and I'm running with it.
Well, it's one of the things about being a professional commentator, right? You have to know your boundaries and what you can get away with. So, for example, a show like SKS can probably get away with a little bit more. As long as you're not saying anything offensive or racist or bigoted, you're fine. I mean, I'm sort of getting well known for like my pretty puns but it's fun, you know, a lot of guys take themselves very seriously, but I really like working with a select few people because you can bounce off each other and you can have that fun.
Yeah, for sure. And
Muay Thai is supposed to be fun, you know?
100%, man. That's why we start doing it, right?
Yeah.
So we enjoy it.
Yeah. Shouldn't always just be serious, you know, like...
Even the serious should be fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how have you felt like, you know, doing the commentary and then obviously stepping up on bigger shows as you go? Like, what do you find the most nerve-wracking thing about doing it?
And I think this is a thing that has probably stemmed through a lot of my life, is a lot of self-doubt, which stemmed a lot through my fight career as well. Now I've learnt with opportunities to roll with them and be grateful with them.
Yep.
Especially in this industry, nothing lasts forever. So you have to keep on trucking with the good times. And if somebody gives you an opportunity, you can grab it by the balls and you milk it as hard as possible.
Yeah.
That's a really gross analogy.
No, man, but you're 100% correct. That's what that's what I've been trying to tell him for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
you get one shot at life, bro.
Yeah, and you've really got to go for it. Like, if I didn't actually go for things now, I've always been a fairly insecure dude, but when I sort of turned about 30, I just started going for it, and I'm so happy that I turned that corner to be able to do that.
Yep.
I mean, I've
like knowing you for so long, I never would have thought you'd be doing what you're doing now.
Yeah, it's crazy,
like
right?
Talking directly to a camera, like staring into the camera and talking, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably one of the hardest things to do. Like that's the hardest thing to get used to as a content guy.
I mean, I think probably one of the things that has helped is my other career in education. You know, speaking in front of people all the time.
You know, the world's in a rough place when you've got you teaching kids.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I hope not too many people from my work or anything watch that about the analogy, but you know, that certainly helps.
Yeah.
I've always been sort of comfortable about speaking in front of people, and I've always had that skill of public speaking.
Yeah.
But this is certainly, being in front of a camera and doing the content has improved for me.
It also actually improves you as a human, even like in life, because it fills in some, you know, you might have been happy to talk in front of people before, but it might not have been with confidence. Whereas you start, like he done his first commentary gig on Pride in November, and like the fact that it was just like, yeah, I'll do it. And then, funny, I got a message from Sai going, I was today years old when I found out 50 Shades has a voice. but he did a really good job. Like, this obviously first time thing, it was like dropped a couple of F-bombs and stuff, but you know.
Yeah, well, when your teammates are fighting on the card and they're getting slept or hurt, it's like,
Yeah.
Like, and that's
it's like one of those things.
Actually, Joe, how do you feel when you see like people that you know really well and you're watching them on RWS?
It's hard. I mean, you have to turn off that.
Yes.
You have to turn off that emotional connection between you and the fighter. I have a lot of friends that fight on RWS, a lot of training partners that I've trained with over the years. But you have to. You're there to do a job, right?
Yes.
You're there to give a voice for the fighters.
Yep.
And you know, for example, like on Saturday, massive fan of Shannon Gardner.
Yeah.
Never met her before. Met her in the change.
Such a good air guy.
Yeah, great athlete.
Yeah.
Great person. Phenomenal performance. But you have to turn it off. You can't be biased.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there to tell a story about the fight. You're there to give a voice for the fighter.
Yeah.
You're there to portray a narrative about the fighter. And
my hardest one was Enrico on 774.
Yep.
Like, you know, he fought Rico, eh?
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, then you get to that point where it's like, okay, Rico's my boy, but I've got to not also ignore Rico because I'm trying to overcompensate my for Special K, Super K. Yeah. It's like you've got to just know, it's like being a judge. You've got to forget who it's red and blue. You know, you've got to use names instead of red and blue.
You're looking at the fight rather than the person themselves, right? Yeah. You're looking at the sport as a fan, as a commentator, as an enthusiast.
Yeah.
And you have to take, I suppose, the human element out of it.
Yep. That was what I learned on 1774. Like there was a couple of moments where if I listened to it, like I literally just go silent during the Enrico bit, and it's like. And then even Rico said, he goes, like, you can tell, like, you were struggling with it. And that's probably, for me now, like, now that I've been through that once, where someone, like, who I really care about is, like...
in there.
Yeah, and gets hurt, it's like, okay, when you're emotionally invested.
There's been times that I've commentated on shows and I've got boys from Sordechapan on, happens quite a lot on Fairtex Fight.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the ties that maybe are from the provinces or the B class level Thais. That would be in the corner, and I've got to really be careful not to be biased.
Yes.
But there's times where in the break, I'm like, look, you take over. I got to go stand in the corner. I got to go be there with them because you know they're my boys.
Yeah.
And
but
it's one of those
it's good that
things.
you have that opportunity though. It's good that you have it's the situation allows for that.
Yeah.
That's like with me on 1774, right? Like if I'm working doing interviews or commentary or whatever, if I'm doing commentary and like when Manoli fought on there, I can still jump in the ring and get a photo.
Yeah.
Like it's that, you know.
I mean, there's a difference, right? There's a difference between Australian Muay Thai and Thai Muay Thai because
100%.
there's a lot more corporate sponsorship here. So
Yes.
it's
all corporate sponsorship.
Yeah, it's all corporate. Yeah, I would say the difference between the big promotions here and the big promotions in Australia is that it's corporate based here, as opposed to Australia where it's community based.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, yes,
every
yes.
show is almost like a DIY punk show, right? Everybody is based around from some gym. They're all helping out to make the show possible.
Yeah.
1774 is obviously Sichuan.
Yeah.
Everybody's helping out there. When it was Siam to Sydney, it was everybody from PTJ. All right.
When it's rebellion, it's anyone fighting to sucker in.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Anyone who we can abuse.
Yeah. It's anybody who can just calm down Sai.
Yeah. Speaking of,
Yeah.
you know Ryan Shepherd?
Yes.
Did you know Kyle that fought on RWS on Saturday night fought Ryan Shepherd on the same routes he fought Carter on?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like he mentioned it to me, so I looked it up. I was like, no shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I messaged Kyle saying like Jason was like co-main event of the route show. He goes,
Yeah.
oh, I thought it was like Tyler versus Semaped. I go, no, that was the rebellion of the day, but the daytime show was on the routes. He was like co-main event against Carter.
Well, you know, it's funny. It was Carter fought the week before you on SKS as well.
Yeah.
It was funny. We mentioned that in the commentary.
Yeah.
We're like, it's funny because
You know, the first person I asked to corner for him was Carter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, Carter, can you corner for Jason next weekend? He goes, head back 2 days. It was like 2 or 3 days before he's heading back to Melbourne.
It's fuming.
Yeah. And then I just asked for like the third installment for Pride.
Yeah.
But he's fighting someone else instead. But yeah.
If you listen to the last fight of RWS on Saturday, we mentioned you, the international man of mystery.
Oh no! Oh no!
The world's what did I call you, Mr. Worldwide? the pit bull of Muay Thai.
What part of the show? I watched the whole show. Anyway,
I think it was Kyle.
The last one, the last one, when you come
yeah.
out with the flag.
Yeah.
It's
he's
a
a
good
good
show,
boy,
man.
man. He's tough, huh?
Yeah,
and like the size different. Like he fights at 68 kilos.
Yeah, and the other guy was like
Big and strong.
awkward as well.
Yeah.
He was awkward. He had a really awkward style. It was hard to work out. The rhythm was kind of strange. It was really offbeat.
Yeah.
A really offbeat tempo. That's one thing that is also hard about Muay Thai expanding is, you know, you've got all these different elements from different sports making their way into Muay Thai. A lot of like fighters with Taekwondo backgrounds, a lot of fighters.
Even like coming from soccer or a lot of, I get a lot of ex-soccer players and they all have the same sort of issue with their development.
Yeah.
But they can all kick and they all kick hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause it's different, like you get like a GFL player in and they can't kick at all.
Yeah.
They can't turn their hip.
Yeah.
The soccer players, because they open their hips up when they kick, they can actually kick.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Like the physiology of different sports. And you can almost, you know what's interesting as well? You can almost tell what style a person is going to be because of their nationality. And we always say
It's
this.
true.
Yeah, not always, but we often will have fighters who are making their debut on RWS that you can't find information about, especially Chinese fighters.
Yeah.
But Chinese fighters, a lot of the time, fight exactly the same way because they come from that Sambo background. They come from the kickboxing background.
Yep.
Japanese fighters as well, right? Japanese fighters have got some of the best footwork in Muay Thai.
Yeah, man.
Explosive, evasive, incredible boxing, a lot of power behind those punches. Very similar styles coming from Kyokushin, karate, all that stuff. Obviously, you know, the K1 style. Iranians also.
Swing and ding.
Yep. Iranians, a lot of the time, fight exactly the same. Australians, however, depending on the state.
Yeah, depending on the state, but also depending on the gym in the state.
Yeah,
Like, you can look at most gyms and go, all right, this gym does this sort of style, as a general rule.
Yeah.
So you kind of guess that that's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where like Australia is more like Thailand.
Yeah.
They're like the gyms have a different style. You know, like Queensland, it's more likely to be chin on the chest and not even looking out the top of their eyes barely and just swing and ding, and then but then you get, I think, like more like some of the WA guys have got more. I think the stylistically, even though they've got a lot of ties there, it's a little bit more of a kickboxing-y. It's like how the Dutch fought kickboxing.
Yeah, it's interesting because I always like say that WA is the Muay Thai state. I always say that. I think probably because of gyms like Calsoc and obviously the Pit developing. I mean, even though Roy Wills wasn't really a Muay Thai fighter, he was a big kicker. But boys like Toby and some of the other ones were Muay Thai fighters.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
probably set that standard in my eyes.
You had Boom Boom, you had Lloyd Dean, like those. There's been a lot of Muay Thai guys
just
come out.
Tough dudes, man. Tough, durable dudes who walk forward and knee.
Yeah.
Victoria is Muay Thai.
And the technical state.
Yeah, Muay Bog, maybe because of Donny.
Yeah.
And then, you know, New South Wales is a real mixed bag because you've got a lot of the gyms out west.
Yeah. More than the fight, and then you've got the guys who've got like the top, like 16 Thai trainers.
Yep.
Awesome. It's just like being in Thailand, and depending on your style, how they look after you, right?
And then also like South Australia is also a mixed bag because I mean you've got Strongheart, you've got yourself, and then the other ones that I don't really know. But
do you know who's just opened a gym in Adelaide? Like literally 5 minutes from my house. Petsy.
Oh really?
Job. Yeah.
Oh,
he's
sick.
like, good job, Muay Thai. Yeah.
Awesome.
He just literally just announced it yesterday, I think.
Oh, cool.
So he's like probably a minute from my parents' house.
Yeah.
Like, literally just next to the airport. Next to the airport.
And there's a few more opening up in the ACT as well.
Yeah.
Ray, what's his name?
Yeah, Ray J, and Josh Tonner just opened up the gym. Obviously, Muay U is. Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry, Kieran. That was so good. That was like so natural. I actually had to think for a minute. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's you know, it's obviously they got their own little. It's kind of like that whole. You got to go 3 hours anywhere to fight though. That's like probably the hardest thing for those guys. It's a minimum of a 3 hour drive for a fight.
But you know what, like Aussies will do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Aussies will do that. I mean, I suppose it's not really that much different. It's a lot different here in Thailand because the provinces are a bit more closer in proximity to get fights for the provincial fighters. Yeah. But however, there are fighters that will do that. Yeah. There are fighters that will do a 10-hour trip to fight. And they'll go as a team. Yeah. And for not much pay, for like 10,000 baht. You'll see fighters from Isan fight on the SKS show. Yeah. There's like a whole bunch of Cambodians fighting on the SKS cards at the moment. Yeah. From Pla Pla Narai Muay Thai in some prefecture just outside Cambodia on the Thai border. I don't even know where it is, but it's ages away apparently. So that's interesting.
Do you remember Benny Ritter? He fought, knocked out Daddy Cool once on Evolution. Fought him 3 times.
Yeah, the name rings a bell.
Swiss guy. So he was like one of my best mates over here. Me, him, and Cookie. You know, we went all the way to and Songkla once, like to fight for 10,000 baht each, like on a king's birthday thing. Like, yeah, man, just those in the back of utes and stuff and all that kind of stuff.
And then you think back then that money would have gone way further well.
For sure.
You know,
like 10,000 back then was like, yes, please.
10,000 baht now is like a night out in Bangkok.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. I can't believe how expensive it is now. Like.
But the purses are getting better as well.
Man, I was very impressed Saturday night.
Yeah. I mean, like even like the RKO shows and like SKS, I think they pay about 10.
He did all right, yeah.
I think 10's like the standard rate, which is all right for like.
Plus Anderson for the cuts.
Like, yeah. And like for a B class show, that's fine. I think that's fine. Like, I'm not sure about the purses on RWS. I think they range from about starting on the prelims around 20, I think, roughly from what I've been told. I don't know the official numbers, GSV, so don't hold me accountable to this, but from what fighters have said, around 20, and then each time you fight can get increased. The more time you fight on there, and then for main cards, it's around like 30, starting at 30, which is good, man. That's good money.
It's great money.
It's good money in Australia as well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, man, you know, you say you're getting 40,000 or whatever, or 25,000, like. Man, getting $1,000 in Australia on a fight show is like...
The most I got paid as a pro in Oz was $300, $100 a round. And I think a friggin' meal ticket, a 20% off meal ticket. And I won't name the promoter because he'll get really cranky, but
I think
he has a big affinity for the Iranians.
I think I was in your corner.
Yeah, that's right. That was the end of my career.
It was the end. It was the end of it in the second round. The second round or third round?
Second.
Man, you did eat a hamburger though. That was a it was a hamburger in that one.
Yeah.
So what have you got planned? Like now, you're obviously going to keep the content going.
Yeah. So at the moment, like my main job, I work Monday to Friday. That obviously takes precedence over anything. So my focus is that. Weekends is dedicated to Muay Thai. I'm looking to grow the YouTube channel this year.
Cool, nice. I like to hear that, man.
So that's one of my main goals, is to start doing more long form content. I basically want to make Muay Thai more accessible for people trying to navigate Thai culture. Because I still believe that the pinnacle of Muay Thai is here in
100%,
Thailand.
Man. 100%.
The only real way to do it is right here. Unfortunately, and this is a bit of an old man gripe thing, is that with the explosion of content creation, everybody's a content creator.
Is the explosion
and the amount of inaccurate information out there is mind-blowing. At the moment, there's a lot of guys fighting up in Chiang Mai and Pai and telling you this, telling you that, telling you this.
Having their first fights, but like it's they've
already
got 20,000 like people following them on Instagram, and they're trying to give advice on how to be a fighter, and literally talking about coming up for their first fight.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then like they'll have their first fight. There was one guy, and I'm not ragging. I'm ragging. I'm ragging on these people because they don't know what it's about, man. They haven't lived the life. They haven't lived the culture. Fighting up in Chiang Mai is way different to fighting down here.
He just fought in Lloyd Crop last Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so chill. It's just to the seriousness.
It's Muay Thai Victoria.
Yeah.
Like it's unpadded Muay Thai Victoria. It's the place to go and get experience. You ain't becoming world champion fighting Lloyd Crop.
So
like it's where you start. Yeah. Or you have a warm up fight or whatever.
So basically, what I want to do is I want to use all my knowledge, all my experience to truly educate people. And protect people, because people are putting on their bodies on the line. People can get seriously injured, seriously ripped off here. I want to be able to protect fighters' contracts. I want fighters to be able to get fair pay. I want fighters to be able to look after their health. So whatever I can do to do what I can for fighters to make their stay not as easy as possible, but as
safe as possible.
In
all areas. And you know, man, like I'm a huge supporter of what you're doing, man. I love what you can do, man, and it's actually good. It's really
and vice versa.
Yeah, thanks, bro. and
vice versa. I like your style.
Oh yeah, thank you.
And yeah, I think it's important that, you know, Matt is the voice for America. He Matt, he knows that people talk so much about Matt, but I tell you there isn't many people in the last 5 years who have done as much for Muay Thai.
Absolutely, yeah.
Off his own back, and then when all of a sudden, like, he's making $1, everyone wants to fucking talk shit about him.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
It's like, how about you shut the fuck up? Like, he's like, man, you can't say that you'd be doing what you're doing now if it wasn't for him.
Absolutely, no. And that's one of the things, like, people need to remember. I wouldn't be anywhere right now where I am without the help of Matt. Matt was the first person to ring me up post-COVID and say, look, mate, I know you've got some skills in content creation. I would like to see if you could do commentary. I think you can be a voice for Muay Thai.
Nice.
I want to push you, and I believe you. And he did that.
Yeah, man.
He's done that, and now I'm sort of self-sufficient.
For sure.
now,
And so he has his style, you have your style, but you're kind of like the Aussie Matt Lucas, and he's kind of like the American Joe Comerford, you know?
Yeah. I don't think he'd like you saying that.
Oh, that's why I said it, actually. We caught up the other day at WBC office, which was cool.
Yep.
Had lunch there, which was nice. But yeah, I'd normally head down to patio and I'd normally go out for a meal with him and stuff. I'm not sure if I'll get down there this time, but...
He's a busy man these days, doing all the stuff with the WBC and obviously with Fairtex and stuff.
Yeah.
He's the new Mr. International. He's travelling all around the world.
Good
now.
on him, man.
And, I mean, like, you see, he was really one of the first people really grafting to do any of this stuff, and it's all starting to pay off for him. So, you know, like, super proud of him to be able to do that and do what he loves. It's in terms of more plans for myself. I want to be in front of the screen more. I want to have a bigger media impact, a more mainstream impact here in Thailand.
I think you, at RWS the other night, the bit I was interested to see was when you're talking to the camera on the big screens. Man, you did really good.
Thanks,
like,
man.
it used to be a lot more. It used to be a lot more monotone with how you would speak. In front of a camera, like in front of a camera, you'd speak monotone. Off a camera, you wouldn't. Like, but it's like full personality. Like big turnaround, man. It's sick.
Yeah, and it's taken time. It's taken time to find my voice, and now I feel like I'm there. And even being in front of the screen, it helps. It helps, you know.
How do you feel, on a different subject, how do you feel about the emergence of Western trainers over here now, like, and the opportunities they're getting? Because, like, without blowing my own trumpet, I was one of the first to start doing it.
Absolutely.
And, you know, without the, you know, it was obviously a little bit of social media stuff, like, but it wasn't like it is now. But, like, you know, the Leos, the Chris's, you got Blade doing it, JP, like, Andy, there's so many, you know, like.
I think it comes down to holding yourself with integrity and authenticity. There are guys over here who are trying to do that, and they're only trying to do it for their resume. And there are guys over here doing it because they truly love the sport and would give their whole heart, their whole soul to the sport. Guys like JP, Chris Foster from Venom, Leo, Ollie Jenkins. Ollie Jenkins.
I don't know him personally, but
yeah, man, he's a really good trainer and he's a really good dude.
Yeah, cool.
Really good dude. 100% back that dude. All those names I've just like on my first hand, all really solid guys.
Yeah, they're the guys leading the way with
doing it the right way.
Yeah, like head trainer styles, you know, like actually getting the recognition as, like, from the Thais, because that's the thing, you know, like, over here, getting recognised by the Thais is when you know you're doing the right thing. And
there's a difference, and I even made a reel about this, like, ages ago. There's a difference between being a pad holder and the difference between being a trainer. I see a lot of guys on Instagram right now who are holding pads down on the islands or holding pads up at Chiang Mai because the Thais let them do it. Sake, like, I'm a pad holder at Sordechapan, hold pads for Alfie, one of the best up and coming English fighters at the moment, but I would never say that I have anything to do with his development or have anything to do with his success or the success of Sordechapan fighters. because I'm just holding pads. There's a difference.
Yes, for sure.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'm not implementing fight strategy.
Yeah.
I'm not implementing drills. I'm not focusing on certain things in terms of their training.
Yeah.
I'm a pad holder, man.
Yeah.
I'm you know, I can hold pads
Yep.
well enough
Yep.
for Thais that they like it.
Yep.
And there's a difference.
And the thing is, it's, you don't have to be the f***ing boss man.
No.
Like, being a pad holder is cool. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's still...
You're helping,
Yeah.
you're making yourself useful. That is one of the things in Muay Thai is like, when you're not fighting, make yourself useful at the gym.
Oh, man.
Don't just...
Preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest struggles in Australia.
Yeah.
Is, I just had a chat earlier, like, you know, have one dude like rack up some fights and then doesn't want to fight anymore, but wants to still train, but then you don't see them for 6 months. And it's like, man, everyone helped you. Everyone was there for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
it's actually...
It's a family effort.
Yeah, man.
Just because you're paying a gym membership doesn't mean that you're not part of the family. The gym membership doesn't just go straight to the business owner.
No, it goes to pay
It's about
keep the lights on.
Yeah, it's about keeping the lights on for something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
You need to give back to that.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm still 8 years out of fighting and still giving back to fighters?
Yeah.
Still massaging fighters in the back rooms of Rajadamnern,
Yeah.
tying up their cups. I don't
you know
want
what?
to touch their dirty balls, but
Still
I'm
supporting PTJ where you come from.
Yeah, exactly, right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's that giving back, man. Even if it's to the point where, like, you you've had a fallout with where you come from, man, there's a huge thing to be said in Thai culture, especially, that you do not dog the people who have helped build
Absolutely
you.
not. You know, and this is no news. I've said this before. For the longest time post-fight career, I blamed Andy for all my shortcomings as a fighter. Oh, it pushed me too low as a fighter. I shouldn't have gone to 58.5, blah, blah, blah. No. When you start to grow up and mature, you start to think, okay, probably shouldn't have partied, probably shouldn't have ate so many friggin' Aldi pizzas after weigh-ins. But, you know, like, there's a sense
We know
of,
what we're doing.
Yeah,
We know what we're doing.
There's a sense of self accountability that you have to have, unless you're a kid, right? Like, if you're a kid, you have to rely on adults to guide you in the right direction. But if you're an adult in this sport, you're a grown up. You can make your own decisions.
Yeah, if you want to be a dick, you're choosing to be a dick.
You can't blame your coaches for everything.
No.
You know,
No.
and I still support all my people from PTJ. You know, I will still support that gym. That's where I grew as a fighter.
Yep.
That's where I grew as somebody that I am now.
Yeah, man.
You know, and I
100%.
will always support Andy in whatever they do.
Yep.
Still catch up with him every single time. Message him.
Yep.
Even though I think those like Gucci glasses are super.
I love them, bro.
I think they're super dorky.
I fucking love them. I was talking to the missus about it because I need glasses.
Yeah,
I refused to get them. I was like, I'd like to wear something like this. She goes, no fucking way.
Yeah.
I think they're gangster.
Yeah.
I love them, but I also love Willie. Wow.
Wow. Who's Willie?
Anyone.
Scotty, you're Scottish, mate.
Willie. We Willie. And then, like, so I was just sort of, like, you were talking about with Andy, like my relationship with Sam and Eddie, you know, like, we're total opposites when it comes to what we believe in with Muay Thai.
Yeah, yeah.
But without Sam, I ain't here. Like, I know exactly what got me to where I am.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I might not agree with Andy on certain things about style and scoring and stuff, but I still hold him in high esteem as an expert on the sport. I mean, it was funny, you know, like they've got their podcast, right? You got Kieran and Sai and Andy, and Matt called them the seer of Australia, right?
Yeah.
You know, and they kind of are.
Yeah, for
in a
sure,
sense,
100%.
You know, and you as well. I mean, you're just not adorned in massive gold chains and gaudy LV shirts, and gaudy Gucci glasses. But you know, like you've got to have guys that you respect and look up to.
Yeah, I think every country, every state needs to have the people that are
the guys.
Yeah. And then the country as a whole needs that as well, right?
Yeah.
It needs an A team. Needs an A team that then everyone else should be falling in line. Like, so, you know, I talk about the click. The door to that click is never locked. The only thing you have to do to get into the click that everyone hates is do Muay Thai and love Muay Thai and do it for Muay Thai. Because this is what people's problem is. They don't want to do real Muay Thais, but they hate the click.
But you know what's funny about that is the same people who are complaining about the click. What do these people actually do for the sport of Muay Thai? Because the click are the people who are putting on all the shows. They're the people who volunteer to run each Muay Thai Australia state sanctioning body to put on the amateur shows to get your kids fights. They're the same people who are officiating all the fights for like sweet F all money. They're the same people who are doing all the underground media voluntarily for the shows. They're all the same people who are traveling overseas for the IFMA and the WBC amateur teams. Don't even give me that bullshit about the click. All right, people can crucify me as much as they want about this because apparently I come from one of the click gyms. But mate, I'm over here supporting the nation of Australia.
Man. Yep.
What are you guys actually doing for Muay Thai apart from whinging?
That's exactly, and you know what I mean? And it's normally the guys that they're not doing the right things by their own guys.
Yep.
Let alone for the sport. And so, you know, they feel hard done by when they're not the clique being invited to fight on particular shows or whatnot, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, we don't care about how you can beat Muay Thai. We're Muay Thai geeks.
Yeah.
We're geeks. We love Muay Thai, and it's about how my Muay Thai can beat your Muay Thai, not how my spinning heel kick from the 80s would beat your Muay Thai because your left hand keeps dropping or whatever.
My silk trousers are better than your shorts. Sorry.
Love the 90s.
But I agree with that. I mean, all we also want to see is that the sport goes global.
Yeah.
We want to see the sport, and this is part of my mission as well. Not only just helping fighters get opportunities, getting the guys on the SKS show because that's a good starting point for them.
Yep.
But trying to get guys on RWS from Australia.
Yep.
And if you're listening to this, contact me.
Yeah.
If you've had more than 20 fights, I would say starting point like 16 fights, right?
Yep. Yep.
And you've got a decent level as a professional, contact me. I will put your name forward to the matchmakers.
Yep.
Okay, not everybody's going to get the opportunity to, but I can at least help you there. I can start there.
Yep.
Even some of the other promotions, I can put your name forward on Fairtex Fight.
Yep.
SKS, any LWC. I know the guys who work in LWC.
Yep.
Anything you want, I can try and at least get your foot in the door to help you. But it's up to you to contact me to be able to do that. And I don't do it for money. I don't get paid anything.
Yeah, I'm the same, man. All the help I do, I organise fights for people.
I don't get paid to do any of that. No. Neither do you.
No.
We do it because we
love Muay Thai.
We love Muay Thai. We want the sport to expand because if the sport expands, gets corporate sponsorship,
we all make noise.
Everyone gets paid.
Yeah.
Everyone gets paid.
Yeah.
At the moment, everybody's fighting over scraps. It makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
Don't see these things as competition, see it as collaboration.
Yeah.
The only way things grow is by collaborating.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah,
I think you might have scripted that one.
Yeah. AI, that's why I was checking ChatGPT.
All right, I reckon we leave it at that. Fiddy's got to get to the airport and head home. He's talked our ear off. I like the
Big
nods.
words.
I like when he could say something, but he was just like, just nodding.
He'd be a good politician.
Yeah, like
You know, he'd be like, if I was Peter Dutton. Oh God, if I was Peter Dutton, he'd be the guy standing behind me, just nodding, going.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you for coming on, man. And
mate, thank you for having me.
No,
This
my
is,
pleasure, man.
this is actually the first platform that's invited me on to do anything. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm happy to make it on Team Pinky or what's the new channel name?
Think Pink.
Think Pink.
Think Pink.
Think
yeah.
Pink.
Think Pink.
All right, that's right. And more people in Muay Thai would be better off if they actually think pink.
Thank you, man. Like I think, man, I think like someone who loves Muay Thai. That's it, man. And I love what I do. Like you love what you do, man. So,
Absolutely. Your humour is absolutely questionable, unprofessional in the least, but the philosophy, the integrity behind
my heart's in the
that,
right place.
absolutely, mate.
But also, my motto for the podcast is your feelings are your problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you get offended by something I say,
Got a bag from somewhere.
Sorry, I was like, yeah.
I just bought a bag, like the Bala Kicks, I bought I'm making a pile of them, so I got like 50 of them on those strings. I've actually got a bag of these.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me on. You can check me out on Joe Comerford Muay Thai.
I will. It will be in the
Instagram.
description. Yeah, everything will be in the description, including length and girth. Whoa! Don't have to edit that out, but I probably will.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you'll be in the description. And please follow what he does because it's actually really good, really
And
good.
also, if you guys are looking for a good clinch fight, go and check out, I think it was SKS Empire number 18.
17.
Number 17.
Whoa.
50 Shades. 50 Shades. You
There
can
you
check
go.
out the English commentary for that one because
Yes.
I'm surprised I didn't get let go after that.
I was a bit surprised too, actually. It was actually great. It was actually hilarious. Some of those one-liners were sick, bro.
So anyway,
But thanks heaps, bro.
yeah,
Golden Carb.
thank you, my friend.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you. Anytime you're back here, let me know,
Yeah.
and we'll get you on.
Killer. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Woo.
All right, another episode in the books. Hope you enjoyed that. And see you again next Thursday. If you've got this far, don't forget to hit that like button for me. Thank you very much. Golden Carb.